everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today is all about Hollywood Studios, some of my top 5 tips for Hollywood Studios. So let's get into it. So my first one is with Fantasmic, you can take food into the show with you. So if you want to take popcorn, ice cream, Dole Whip, whatever you want to take, you can take it in there with you. They do have food stands and places you can get drinks when you get seated, but it was massive, the queue. So if you're grabbing a snack anyway and you're getting in the queue, you can take it in with you. So if you grab your popcorn, grab your snacks, your sweets, a churro, Mickey waffle, Mickey pretzel, whatever you want, and you can take it in with you. So it saves you the hassle of queuing up when you're seated there, and you can enjoy your snack in peace. Top tip number 2 is that Hollywood Studios, the shops stay open about an hour or so later than the park closing. I think they do that in most parks, to be fair, but it's a good one, especially if you've just done Rise of Resistance at the end of the night, or you're just having a mooch about. You can go do some last minute shopping, you can go get some cool photos down Sunset Boulevard, in front of Tower of Terror, in Star Wars Galaxies Edge. You know, there's a lot less people, get those Instagram photos in, and you can't be really kicked out of the park, but you can go shopping for an hour after it closes. So, and we all love a bit of Disney merchandise. Top tip number 3 is for Star Wars. If you have a big Star Wars family, if you've got someone in the family who's just really, it's their favourite thing to do, you can obviously build your droids and get your lightsabers. You can book that 60 days in advance. So if you're umming and ahhing about it, but you've got someone in the family who really wants to do it, is a really unique experience. Yes, it might be a bit more of an expense and you're thinking, oh god, especially if I'm flying from the UK, how am I going to get this home? But it's all about the experience, making the memories, and it's something you or they will never forget. So you can book that 60 days in advance, so don't forget to do that for your little Star Wars fans. Number 4, this is about Genie Plus. I mean, we used it a few times on both our trips last year. For us it worked well, but we were a couple, so for us we stacked our lightning lanes, and Hollywood Studios is the best place that I found using lightning lanes. So as soon as I woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning, I got Slinky Dog Dash, and we had a time I think for 7:30 that evening, and then obviously every 2 hours on from that I booked more. So I managed to book Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster, Smuggler's Run, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, and obviously we already had Slinky Dog. So that was 5 rides that we had, and they were all booked for the afternoon time. So we just had a pool day, we chilled out, you know, we had a lie-in, rested our feet a little bit, and then as soon as we got to park we could hop from ride to ride to ride. And then because we hadn't been in the park all night, we ended up getting on Rise of Resistance. He said it was about an hour and a half wait at the end of the night, but we just jumped in that queue. So definitely, if you're thinking about using Genie Plus, think about stacking your lightning lanes. I know there's other ways, and there's plenty of videos on how to use Genie Plus and how to make the most out of it. But for me, my tip for Hollywood Studios, which worked for us, it may not work all the time, but it worked for us, is to stack them for later in the day. Number 5, this goes back to Fantasmic. You can book dining packages, so you will get reserved seating, so better seating. You won't have to think about queuing for ages because you already know you've got your seats ready. So I think you can do it at Mama Melrose's, Hollywood and Vine, and Hollywood Brown Derby. So I think it starts around $50 per person, but that includes an entree and either an appetizer or dessert and a non-alcoholic beverage with your meal. And then you obviously get the reserved seating area in Fantasmic. So if you're thinking of having a sit-down meal or having something to eat anyway, $50 does sound like a lot, but actually when you work it out, like if you're going to have a sit-down meal and you're going to be paying $30, $40 anyway, you might as well pay the extra, get the reserved dining seat, especially if Fantasmic's either one of your favourite shows or just a show you've not seen and you just want to make the most of it, make it that extra bit special. And you can go any time in the day, so you kind of purchase it. So you had your dinner at 4 or 5, and then you would go and see Fantasmic later that evening, you get a special ticket. So it's a great way to make the experience just a little bit nicer. So my fun fact for Hollywood Studios is there was an old animation studio behind where Toy Story Land is. It's all been decommissioned now, but they worked on movies such as Lilo and Stitch, Brother Bear, Mulan, and they also helped us on the animation for Hercules and Lion King. So those typical 90s classic fantastic movies, Lion King being one of my favourite, Mulan as well, and Hercules. So yeah, I thought that was really cool that it was actually an actual working animation studio there. They were trying to bring animation sort of to the East Coast, but it didn't really take off as well as it does in LA. So of course that kind of decommissioned after a while, but they did help on those big blockbuster movies. So thanks for watching again. Please like and subscribe, it does help the channel, and we'll see you real soon.